telling me what was going around with it, and I said, you know what, I got nothing to do. I'm here in my house all day, other than maybe going to a doctor's appointment, doing my laundry. I did that Saturday, and maybe going shopping. Most of the time, I order from the Walmart. They bring to the house, so I have to go to the store unless I have to. But I said, I got a few bucks and I got some time, and I'm gonna run out there and help her out. So I kept it a wrap for a good while, and eventually I seeped it out. Let some people know, and then eventually she found out.
Yeah, I found out the day you were coming. Or maybe
Yeah.
the day before I text JoJo and I'm like, you never know who's coming. And so I told
Yep.
her. Yeah. So it was like the day before, wasn't it, JoJo?
I think
Yeah.
so. It was a
Everybody
great
kept it
surprise.
under, yeah, everybody kept it under the radar. David did a real good job of keeping it a
Yeah, he
secret.
did.
Yeah, I even told Bev, and she kept it on the radar too. I appreciate that because I know y'all two talk every now and then. And I had to wear. And today I'm wearing the shirt I wear today. That's the great late Val Kilmer, my Doc Holliday. I'll be your Huckleberry. I was wearing it that day, and I had to wear it today for this little get together. So, ladies, what's that experience like? 'Cause you did something, a lot of good works. Share with the people that who didn't see or who wasn't there or didn't watch the live stream. What y'all do while you were at the other just the booth at your Tampa event?
I'll let JoJo go first.
Okay.
Well, it was just a wonderful feeling to be up there and to present winners on the stage with some bad rap merch. And it was awesome to hear Eunice explain what our mission is and to get it out there. I think a lot of people heard about bad rap, but they didn't really know what our mission truly is to give back to the competitors and try to get them on the stage and help them get there. So it was a wonderful feeling. I think the word that was used, it was magical. So when Eunice was talking about our mission, just to look out at the people in the audience and just to see like, oh, like that's what you do. And it was a great experience. And then we got to go on stage again and present the women's physique winner overall with some bad rap stuff. So it was great.
hmm That's great because I was there. As you know, the winner of women's bodybuilding was Lavinia Barros, and they presented her with the bad rap jacket, which is pretty cool. I mean, it was nice. They did it also a while back when they did Triple O, where they presented the jacket to the winner of the Triple O women's physique. I mean, women's bodybuilder. That was Salika Givens, who took second at the Masters O, and also the winner of the figure division, which was Erica Morgan. And also there was also another prize, best poser, that was Baba Emojian. And then I interviewed the lady who y'all also did a presentation to, that was Keo, and she was the winner of the women's overall physique at the Tampa extravaganza that later that day, because I didn't could stay long, folks. I had to ride on out and hit on home because my plan was I wanted to stay at least 3 days. But when I was talking to my plan, I was told that the line was going to be shut that Sunday, so I couldn't go back on Sunday, so I had to leave on Saturday. And I would love to have been there just a little bit longer and maybe enjoy myself a little more. Y'all can speak now. I'm done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, JoJo did a great job explaining our experience on stage. One of the things that I didn't realize, because my back was against, the competitors, and I didn't realize this until Tim came up to me and asked if I had seen the expressions on the competitors' faces. And of course, Jojo and I had our backs to them, so I didn't know anything, and we hadn't talked about that. But we knew that the audience was just, they were, like I said,
And
in awe about what our mission is all about. Um, and so when Tim said, "Did you see the faces and the expressions on the competitors?" That he said they were all in line, in a diagonal line. But then when you started speaking, they all became so relaxed, and they all became engaged in your and was trying to listen to what you were saying. And then the expressions on their faces, when they finally felt that someone was behind them and someone was there to support them. And I was like, no, I didn't see that. And then Derek Lunsford, okay, the Derek Lunsford, Mr. Olympia 2023, he stops by the booth to tell us how he just really appreciated our mission and what we were doing, and he was in support of what we were doing. He wanted to stop by and just say, thanks for the job that y'all are doing. And he said the same thing. He said, did you see the faces and the expressions that those competitors, I mean, they just were smiles. And I had to actually, David recorded it for me, and then that's when I was able to look at what they were explaining, and that was like really the word magical was what Tim had said, and it truly was a magical feeling for us. And to be able to do that for a show that caliber for us is just really an honor and a privilege, um, because we really want to get the mission work out there, and we really want to see this brand grow so that we can complete our mission and help as many people as we can.
That's a good thing about it, because really, especially for the women, as I know, my challenge about recognizing y'all women, because y'all don't get enough attention unless you are, as I call it, you're the team A divisions, and that's bikini and wellness. They're the ones who get a little more attention. Opportunities are more great for them, but it's harder for the women who are in the, I would say, the architect for bodybuilding. That's women's bodybuilding. Physique is also up there. Figures even is a little stink eye because of how the women are developing, growing. And someone like Tim Gardner, who I got to meet and talk to a little bit, who's been in the game a long time, who's still one of the few promoters that still give most definitely women's bodybuilding a chance to show out and show up, compared to others who have, as I say, the quote from my favorite movie, Batman Begins, as Guazago said to Bruce Wayne, as he walked quiet behind the division and stabbed in the heart, you know. But what y'all two did was amazing. I mean, I think people would be just, we'd appreciate it. And those that don't, well, forget about it.
I agree.
hmm Yeah. So, and what was, like I said, meeting someone like Derek Winford, who was a Mr. Olympia. I saw the dude. I didn't think he was this high. It's one thing we see him in up at the shows, or then you see him in person. It's a totally different feeling. And for me, it was just great to be there. I mean, I think honestly, truthfully, again, the highlight for me was meeting this gentleman. Diamond
Of
Dave,
course.
David Lee Roth. I mean, that is, I've seen Alex Trebek in Disney World, but to actually be standing beside the true lead singer of Van Halen, not Van Hagar, not Van Sharon, Van Halen. I know it was named after the brothers, but we all know Dave was the guy. He was the guy. And I was talking with JoJo. We were talking a bit, and she went to a little concert. How was the concert, Joe?
It was great. It was awesome. Of course, he saved the best for last, Jump, but he never took a break. He played for like an hour and 40, 50 minutes, never took a break. I never seen the man get a drink of water
Wow.
unless he,
I mean,
somehow hit it. But it wasn't like back in the day, no, but it was very close to it. So he put on a very good show. I was like, bucket list check.
Yeah.
But anyway, to send his pictures, and he's flexing. He was fun to talk to. I
Uh,
mean, like, he's like,
yeah.
what do you want to
Yeah.
do? Flex? And I was like, oh yeah, let's do flexing, but he stopped and took his time and talked to everybody. And I spoke with his manager, and she was very sweet. So of all places, I would never think that I would see David Lee Roth at a bodybuilding competition. But
Exactly.
Well,
and I didn't even know he was in town. And so I called my husband. I was like, "Hey, he's at Hard Rock. I think Sunday at 8. Let's do this." And so we did. But the show was packed. It was packed.
Yeah, I know. When me and you were talking to him, he's a big bodybuilder fan for a long time because, as he was saying, his trainer was the late Kay Baxter. Remember Kay? She competed in the '80s. She also was an Olympian. She retired from for a bit, but there was talk that she. I was actually me and my friend KL. We actually interviewed a guy who knew her, and she was one point planning on maybe coming back, but then she had the accident. She passed away. And I remember I've seen pictures of a lot of celebrities who attend bodybuilding shows. I see a picture of Shannon Sharp hanging with Linda Murray and Lee Haney. I've seen Shaq with Linda Murray. I've seen there's quite a few. Like one guy that really was a big fan of bodybuilding was the great late Gregory Hines, because his fiance was a bodybuilder. She was retired long ago, and there is a lot of people who are fans of the sport. Most people still see it as a sport that's not very, mainstream.
Hmm.
So the mission was to show up and show out for Bad Rap. How did the mission go for both of y'all?
Go
Well,
ahead, Eunice.
I guess we can say mission complete, but it's not, because it's not fully completed. We have visions for what we want Bad Rap to become. Um, you know, I've always told JoJo I want Bad Rap to get just as big as some of these other clothing lines that are out there, like Gasp and Iron Rebel. I want to see Bad Rap become the brand that every woman gets behind, and because they know that we are in support of them.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I like you really now. You want to take the spot of the man who he wasn't long ago. He saved women's bodybuilding, but now he's the head of the Olympia. He's moving on, and that is one Mister Jake Wood. Anytime I say his name, I pull him up. I got to do this. Yo Jake. I want that money. I want that gun. I can't help it. If Training Day, Denzel at the end when he's talking to Ethan Hawke, he does that. And really, it does need that. If it's not women like yourself who are competitors who compete, like I remember a while back where when Sarah Vigors announced she was going to put up some money for shows like the Pittsburgh Pro and also the Texas Pro, we were talking about why she's doing it. Why is she doing it? Why not? Because it has to be somebody within the sport to do it. It can't always depend on people outside. Have people within, athletes, sponsors, promoters that are truly part of bodybuilding to keep it going. But if you can get the people to support it that are the outsiders, the mainstream people, that can help it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, and
it's
I want to do a call out right now to every woman bodybuilder that's a competitor. To first of all, follow us. Second of
yeah.
all, if you can tag us, even if you're not wearing our wear, just tag us. Know that you support us, because that's the only way that we're going to get the brand name out there. Is one, showing up at shows like this. That's one of the things that it's just leaped us forward. It's put us out there, and it's just going to continue. We've got another show coming up on September 20th, another Tim Gardner show in San Antonio. And so we always seem to do good in Texas, don't we, JoJo?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So,
Always.
we're looking forward to that. And we hope that, it's just going to be something that's just going to balloon. And, I've gotten several messages, and we've gotten several, Barbara, um, oh, how do you pronounce her
Mojin,
last?
I think
Mojin.
Mojin.
Mojin. She posted herself. She actually came to the booth and bought some tanks, and then yesterday she posted herself wearing them. So they looked awesome on her. I mean, that's what we want. We want them to be proud of wearing Bad Rap, because it's the brand for them. I mean, who better to be
Yeah.
wearing it? You know?
Yeah, that thing is like I think I'm gonna pull up from the Bad Rap IG and pull up for here, and we got some pictures here and also some little videos. I made some, and also I make sure I tag y'all in them. Here's one of the video. Can't play the music because you know how the music is with, his, JoJo here. I guess when I first met her, and then there, ladies, we did a little video, a little, early in that morning. There's Alex there. Alex doing his flexing. Yes, my boy. And also we have here April. I think her name is Cosmano, I believe it was. She won the women's 40 plus at the show before. Uh, Keo, who also was there, I interviewed her. Just quick. I also got to meet Kevin Lavone and take a picture with Tim and also Isabel. And there goes JoJo with a boyfriend, David Lee Roth. Better not tell Rick. and and there was let's go flexing. That was cool for me. And here we have
Mm-hmm.
Lavinia, a great physique, a beautiful woman. It was just a great event. And this is like, this is my second bodybuilding show I went to since I started doing this content. And here we are also, as you know, Baba Mojin was given the award for, I think, this is Theo.
All right. Thank you, Jolene and Eunice, for coming out. Let's present her award and raise her hand in victory. Grab hands and raise them up. All right, and a front double bicep for your favorite pose there on your own.
Yeah, she was really
Great
proud.
job tonight. Thank you.
She's really proud because I talked to her Friday. She's planning on doing the North Americans coming up this end of the month, you know. And here it is this is from David. He posted this.
All right, before we move into awards, we have one of our amazing sponsors is going to come on stage. We have Eunice Martinez Kitchen from Bad Rap, which is built and defined, ripped and pumped. And she will be presenting a Bad Rap varsity jacket, along with contributing an extra $1,000 to our first place winner tonight. She also is giving the Wings of Strength Tampa Pro Women's Bodybuilding Best Poser Award for $500. So I would love to have Eunice come on over. Come on over. I'd love to hear a couple words from you. Thank you so much. This is so amazing. We had to bring you over and just hear a few words from you.
Good afternoon. I want to present my co-founder.
Thank you.
This
You
is
if you wanna
Jolene
watch
Folks.
this.
I call her JoJo. We started Bad Rap Bodybuilding with a mission in mind to help improve and increase the participation in women's bodybuilding. So what we have done is we have launched out an apparel line called Bad Rap Bodybuilding, and it stands for Big and Defined, Ripped and Pumped. All of our profits that we sell go to fund athletes, women athletes, for their show day expenses, such as hair, makeup, tan, travel, hotel, anything associated with showing up on stage. I started competing in 1987, and I'm an original OG, and I competed last night. And and women's bodybuilding was the only category when I started. And so it's really special to our hearts. And so this is our way of giving back to make sure that participation increases. And our efforts are to not just help our athletes, but our promoters. And then so that's what we're here for today. And a special thank you to Tim, because this is an opportunity of our lifetime. This is a dream come true for us to be able to sponsor a show this caliber. So thank you, Tim.
Thank you, ladies. What a wonderful cause. We love having you with us. And before we announce the winners of our contest, we are first going to announce our winner of our Wings of Strength Tampa Pro-Am Women's Bodybuilding Best Poser, who receives that $500 from our lovely ladies. And that is competitor number 131, Barbara Mujin. Congratulations. You ladies get a picture together out there. She is receiving the $500 from Bad Rap. Great job. Thank you. All right, we are moving into our...
Well, folks, that was amazing event. These ladies put up a good, really helped out some competitors.
All right.
Because you got to think about it, $500. It may not be much in some cases, but you never know. That could cover the cost of travel, the cost of other stuff that's involved with it. I mean, bodybuilding is an expensive sport, especially y'all two ladies understand because I was there when Eunice won in her class. That was a women at 55, and and she's Eunice. You want to say everybody's your age, even though anybody can feel comfortable with it.
Oh yeah, I'll be 60 in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, 60. And you wouldn't think that when you see her. I mean, especially women her age to be in great shape and in condition, and both you ladies are amazing. Like JoJo, last time you competed was last year. You did
Yes,
Triple O, and I think you did another show.
I
So
did two
are
more
there any
shows.
plans? Yeah. So any plans
Maybe
to?
get back on stage. Maybe sometime next year. I got a lot going on in my personal life right now, so um, I may towards the end of next year step on stage. Not real sure yet.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's the process. 6 times. Here they are. You're awarding the winner, and that is
Hmm.
I think Lavinia Barros. Congratulations to her. Now she's going to the Olympia, and fan of hers. I think young lady who has a lot of potential for bodybuilding. She's rigid. She's been to the Olympia. This is gonna be her third time because her first time was back in about 2022. That was when the Olympia returned to Vegas. Then she got a next qualification, this in 2023, and now she won the overall title at Tampa. And it was a battle between her and most definitely uh, Hunter Henderson. And we also had some other ladies that were hanging at the booth. Some ladies I got to meet and talk to. We have here Chelsea Dion, who is now qualified for the Olympia. She did at least 3 shows. She was at Triple O early this year. She got a qualification at the Van Isle show in Vancouver, and then she competed in Europe Pro. Amanda Machado, who also coaches and trains Lavinia and Susan Graham and some other competitors, who got her first Olympic qualification at Omaha. And how you feel about these ladies, and what's your thoughts on either one of them as competitors and also as women?
Well, they're uprising. Chelsea's won. She won the Chicago Pro. She won the Vancouver show. So she's double qualified for the Olympia. And of course, Chelsea has that structure um, that's a feminine looking structure. So she has been in the spotlight for the last couple of years. Um, she, says that she needs to nail down her conditioning, and when she does nail down that conditioning, she's going to be a pretty top contender up there. I think Chelsea does well with her following because she puts herself out there very consistently, and she tries to blend in, with just being herself and just trying to just be in the regular in her element, not always just in the gym, but she tries to promote bodybuilding outside the gym too. So I think Chelsea's one of the popular bodybuilders, and then Amanda, she's got that YouTube going with the training, and she and Lavinia and Christina Nicole often train together. So she's got a huge following as well, and I think she's got a good top five placing coming her way for physique.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we all know that current champion Sarah Vilgas. Number two behind her is Natalia Cuejo, who's from the area around about the Florida area around Tampa, and also you have Sharon Tiffany, who I got the pleasure of meeting while I was there. Number three in the world, two of the number threes in both wins by the Wednesday, Sharonica and Ashley Jones, and and my man Alex, he was really talking with Stone with Chelsea. He was really, Alex, you want to share, son? What you and Chelsea was talking about, and goes, she got a man, Alex. He can't be pushing up on a woman.
I no, we're just I she called me. We just chatted up. I chat with her every now and then. I actually had a card for her that I ordered Olympia training cards, and wouldn't you know it, I had like a trading card with her, and I didn't have a pen. I was looking for a marker, while the show was going, and once it was over, I found marker and asked her to sign it. And believe it or not, this was actually the first time she ever signed a card based on herself. That was one moment I did not expect. She really appreciated it.
That's
Well, like I
cool.
said,
Very
yeah,
cool.
because I think, yeah, these ladies appreciate the people who genuinely want to talk to them and who are fans. I think some of the ladies I got to talk to, especially ladies I got to meet that I did interviews with, was great. I was talking to Christina Ware. Also, I got to
It
talk
was
with.
really nice. I met her in Eunice that morning. She's really nice. Heard her daughter recently is going to college. Is that what happened
Yeah, I
recently?
think she's already in. Yeah, I think I got her in, and also quite a few other ladies. I remember when I saw Eunice, I did my impersonations from the Intercolor Purple. I mean, I couldn't. I had to. Me. I had to be me. Oh yeah, here some people coming through. My man Ryan Lake. He says, "Hello, hello,
Hello.
Ryan." Also, my man KL the Wanderer. He's also on YouTube. He says, "What's up? What's up, brother?"
What's up?
Yeah. So now you got a commission with San Antonio, and that they don't have figure. It's figures. You have figure division, but don't have the other divisions that I care about.
No, they do have figure, so that's what we're sponsoring.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I think
I
one of the coolest things that we saw was, in on the Triple Dynasty, we didn't get to see our jersey on the athlete, but it was really cool that Lavena put on that jersey and she rocked it.
Yes, she
That was
did.
so cool, so cool that she put it
Oh yeah.
on. She was glad to get it, and she really and then she posted herself in it, which was really cool. So we hope that maybe the figure girl will do the same thing
Yes.
because it's a beautiful
I think
jacket.
truly, yeah, because it's a beautiful jacket on a beautiful woman, and
Yeah.
I think I think she truly appreciated it because you got to think about it. Who's doing what y'all do? Who's going out there and putting up prize money for best poser or putting up a jacket, or even just talking about the mission of what Bad Rap is doing. I like I said, sometimes when I do my lives and I have a subject to talk about, then I say, hey, come on, give me a story, share your story. I kind of, some days say, I go like this. No offense to the ladies, but this is my mindset of it. Don't be a bunch of yellow belly, egg sucking dogs. Talk about it. This is your sport. Talk about it. Say something. Speak for yourself. Don't be worried about what whoever says that because they're not paying attention to me. But I learned this when I talk to ladies. I realize something. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm too hot for some, but I'm just right for others. That's what I got
Well, I think
it.
that's just life in general. You either like someone or you don't, or they're for you and not. But I think along with our mission, we give back. I would like everyone to understand that our clothing is just as good as our mission. Eunice and I are very picky about what we buy and materials. We have, there's been a few glitches here and there, but you learn. As you go, you learn. But our clothing line is the merchandise is it's legit. It's good. It's if you have any questions about anything that you're buying, it's, all you have to do is message us and we'll answer you immediately or as soon as we can. But like that jacket that we have, that's a true varsity jacket. It has leather sleeves, it has embroidery on it, and it's just a beautiful jacket. And they've been in style for years. I mean, that's just like everyday wear for women. And so, as we stand behind our mission and what we're doing, we stand behind our clothing line too. And at the Tampa Pro, we just introduced a men's line, which we have a couple T-shirts and some baseball caps, which you're in one, which looks awesome on you. You are totally rocking that. But like we said, we have good quality clothing. We think the prices are fair, and along with our mission, just to start selling our merchandise so we can give even more than what we're giving now would just be a true blessing. So following and shopping is a good way to get started.
Yeah. So right now I'm here in the Bad Rap homepage, and you can
Yes.
go if you're interested in it. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. You can check it out. There's different categories. Most of the stuff is for women, but hey, guys, there's some stuff you can wear that you can fit in it. For me, I can only wear the hat. I, or I can wear this. This is a nice. If it gets a little colder, I might get one of these. This is nice. A nice little toboggan. Because it don't get too bad in the winter here in North Carolina compared to other places. But these look nice. I know my man David was wearing this hat here, and these are some nice hats. I mean, the nice
Yeah,
designers.
very
I
mine,
mean,
very mine.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. We
I
still
so
yeah,
hadn't
appreciate
put
it.
yours on because we got to reorder. We only have 4 left, Jojo.
The hats.
Give me
Yeah, and
ah,
they're already
That's
sold. Like
awesome.
that's my members, like
whoa,
so yeah,
yeah,
that
yo,
It on today. Well, I took it off, but I love that bad wrap zip up jacket.
yeah, that's cool.
yeah, that's
hmm
I took mine off
yeah.
today
I
too.
mean, that's nice.
Wearing it.
When we
Yeah,
ordered this stuff
yeah.
and we have it printed, we make sure like, it's not going to crack. Like if it's ironed on, it's not going to crack. We're very specific about what we look at and order. So everything takes us a while to choose what we want to do just because we want to make sure the quality of each article is 100% the best. So it's taken us a while to find and figure out what we like and we can do. Of course, you can tell by some of our shirts and everything that we like color. I've always liked color. Of course, black is always the ultimate all-time favorite, but we both like purples and orange and pinks and stuff like that. So we've been very vivid with our colors that we choose, that we have chosen. So yes, we just need to work on getting the word out and about our mission and start selling our products.
Yeah, I see you got some chains and bracelets here. I mean, some ladies
Yep.
who want to wear them. I think that bracelet, guys can wear the bracelets too because it's nice, good old
Yes.
metal bracelet, and this is very more feminine. I mean, and I gotta say that when y'all gave my hat, I kind of pulled my Bruce Wayne from the, as you know, I love the Batman Begins. He said, "You have it in black," and this is perfect black. It's perfect for me. Black on black. I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. So that's what I really like. I go with any color. It has to really fit my personality. But I think what y'all doing is good works, and not just
Thank
with your
you.
products, but also, don't, ma'am. As you know, one of my favorite quotes for my favorite movie again, Batman Begins. You never have to. When you think you never have to. That's why I do this because y'all are doing something. When Eunice put me on this and say I'm doing this, say yo, okay, I promote it, and every so often she'll send me something. Or sometimes, like I made a little, like if you go check on the IG, I made a little Christmas thing for them and they shared it. It was like I
Mm,
usually, yeah, it was nice. Something like
yeah.
everything happy, a wonderful Christmas time. You know, And they always keep me in the loop on stuff, what's going on. Like they also got some plans coming up in the future. And here's the thing, I'm going to try to be a part of it, because being a guy, as I know, I call myself the emperor, and as an emperor, as a sovereign, I must be involved if I can, as much as I can. I can't do as much as I want to, because I live on a modest means. I get rent, that, but I want to do a little more if I can. Especially put my money where my mouth is if I have the money. If I do have it, I will. I can. I will try. But also want to promote something that recognize not just bodybuilding, but also the sacrifice, the work, the determination, the discipline y'all ladies put into it, and that's what y'all need, the recognition for that.
Likewise.
Yeah. So anyway, Alex here, as you know, he's also coming up on the YouTube. And, when I got to meet him, he told me we introduced him to me. I said, hey, wow! I was really excited when somebody recognized me. So, like, Alex? What's your experience like since you got to meet people like JoJo and Eunice?
At the Tampa, I thought it was a little more better than them. Well, this is that it was actually my second visit to the Tampa Pro. This is where I actually got to meet David. He was actually one of the first people I remember. He was very confident at the time. He was really, he was very experiencing. I thought I want to be like him, and to be honest, I was kind of a little nervous because I wasn't sure someone like me wouldn't fit in. But some people like Andrea Johnson. Really, Andrea, was it Andrea? I'm sorry, I'm trying to pronounce her name, but she was competing in physique last year. She's really one of the sweetest ladies I ever met. She helped me feel welcome. It was just being being it was actually not bad. And I just now I met with Eunice and everybody else. I just became more outgoing. I gained more confidence, and I think I'm starting, like it said last year. I feel like a baby bird ready to leave its nest and starting to flap my wings into somewhere where I could belong.
That's awesome. Yeah, you belong with us. That's for
That's
sure.
Yeah, you
great.
do.
Yeah. You really put the time in, and and you're dedicated to it, and you focus on it. You have a goal, and that's important to you. For anybody when he starts this path of education or just entertainment, you have to have a purpose. Because when I started doing this, because as everybody knows, I've talked about this. I was taking care of my mom for a long time. I was talking with JoJo, and I talked with Eunice, and I took care of my mom for a long time. And dealing with her stuff, I needed something as to help me out. And being a fan of women of bodybuilding is, I hate to meet my crime. I am a muscle pair smell. I find it intoxicating, something about your lovely. But then getting to meet and also doing interviews and educate myself and learning things in the process. My channel is still growing. I've been on here about 7 years, and I said again, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but the people who are still get in contact with me and talk to me and tell me things or share things that they may not share with anybody else, I appreciate. Like sometimes I have ladies send me their check-in pictures, and I joke with them, say, "How dare you send these buff beautiful pictures to a much person like me?" He said, "Nah, George, I want you to get your opinion. I know you're a good person." I said, "Yeah, I appreciate that." But I get every day doing this, I get to learn something about myself. And then some days also, I tell this to people, you have to get out of your own way. And me going to Tampa with me getting out of my own way, get out of my comfort zone, leave my house. I know when I got back, my lover was waiting for me in my bed. I mean, I miss it. She was so nice. I took a nice hot shower and then just jumped in it and just took a nice nap. And but going there and meeting Eunice and JoJo and Alex and David and Mr. Willie took us out to dinner afterwards, and I appreciate that. It was a hard time trying to find some place to eat, but it was great. Feel like I was with. Honestly, I feel like I was with family. And especially I never met y'all too, never met y'all in my life, but have exchanged out here. We talked. We wasn't that about a year or so ago when we had Sherry on here. We signed her for a bad rap. When I reached out to Eunice about a couple years ago, because I was like, here's my challenge. I would love to have, I can't help this. Anytime I think about her, my girlfriend, I would love to have her on someday. I would love to. I would love to. And I always say this. I wish I brought her with me when I was in Tampa. I wish I brought with Eunice this. I owe you this because I love it. I call it. I call it my little bunny rabbit.
It's too soon, too late to mention. I actually did meet Aunt Tria a couple times, almost 2 years ago.
Oh wow. What's she
Nice.
like?
Yeah, it was like this. I was at work at the time, and this was at when the well, lucky me, the Olympia was at Orlando. Which, to be honest, I wish it was here more often. But anyway, I was at the Meet the Olympians event. I got to meet. This is where I first met Chelsea. I met Sherry there. I met Angela. Fun fact. Before her husband left, I heard that their cat passed away, and I actually drew Angela and her cat, and I gave it to her. She really appreciated it. Like that was.
Oh yeah, I think Angelo is. I think I've been talking with contact with her before. I'm hoping maybe in the future we have on for interview. Amazing
Yeah,
lady.
it's
I
hard to
think.
reach out to her nowadays. I understand why, but I hope she's doing well. I wish her lots of luck at the Rising Phoenix at the Olympia.
Well, his thing is people. If you have known it, the Rising Phoenix format has changed. It's
Oh,
no
it has to.
longer. Yeah, it's no longer the Women's Bodybuilding World Championship. It's now an open show for all competitors because usually they invite you have Andrea, you have Angela, then you have also who's third at the Olympia, the top five of the Olympians, and also invited the ladies who got to won the competitions, and also some other ladies get invited. But this year is no longer. I was talking with her is because we were talking about how now it changed it because she went last year. They're not going to have the $50,000 like they had before. You're not going to see Ashley or Andrea or even Angela. It's going to be an open show, which is going to be Olympic qualification now. And also, it's part of it was the Arizona Pro, but now they dropped that, and now it melted all and called it the Rising Phoenix. Some ladies are kind of disappointed by it because there was some prize and stuff like that, but now Jake has to compete with the on the classic, which shoot up his prize money to men's open to nearly $250,000.
Hmm.
It's
But
crazy.
yeah, and I can understand Jake's a businessman, and the Olympia is a big show now, and I'm hoping he shoots the prize money for the women at that show because you know $50,000 by the time it's not such a change for any one of us if we can have it. But if you think about it, when you're a top Miss Olympian competitor, it's kind of like chump change compared to what guys like Samson Dua and Derek get.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah. We have here some comments here. Shout out to my guest who's coming through. Oh, it's our man David. He's a female by
Oh,
the
hi,
forum. He
David.
says, and you're all talking trash about me
Oh no,
again.
never, David. You never.
He's
We're
joking.
not
Hey,
saying
hey,
this.
I will. I got a problem talking trash about you. I walk track, speak track. I even walk talk track. Who can he ask? Let's smack down on you, can he ask, David? It's still David. David. I mean, I got to meet you, David. I think we settled our grievances, but I still have issue with this, David. I still do. I know why you get to. I mean, why? Why do you have to put your hands on my girl, David? Now, my big brother, Big Keith, I let the situation with him go after because he's my big brother. I love him, but David, I love you too. But I'm just sometimes I'm like outlaw. I'm like the outlaw Josie Wales. You remember the movie with Clint Eastwood? I live for the grudge. But yeah, but David, you doing what you're doing. We talked. It was a great time to meet. He gave me a ride, picked me up from my motel that morning for the main show, and gave me a ride back. And even gave me a ride back to the motel when I was ready. And also we hugged, and we talked, he took a picture. And before I left, I hit my train to Savannah, catch my train to South Carolina. And I really, it's great to see his channel is growing. His IG hit over to $8,000 people, 8,000 K followers, and also his YouTube channel has been growing because you know what he's doing stuff. He's really getting his foot on the ground. Here he is go again. He says, he. I had my hands on your girl, but George interviewed my girl in Tampa. He. Well, first now you had your hands on my girl. I interviewed your girl. It's not the same. I didn't get to touch you like you touch your. I mean, I'm sorry, folks. I apologize. I get emotional. I get, just woosah, woosah. Wait. Okay. Okay. That was all right. Okay. Okay. But But other than that, I think it's good that people like Alex and David and also KL and Ryan who support y'all ladies, and also people out there who are interested in what Bad Rap's doing. Like I said again, um, I left the link in the comment section. You want to check out the product. Also, if you also somebody who's interested in maybe getting together and maybe promoting with Bad Rap, if you have the means and the ways where you can really back them up, because that really helps. It's hard to do this thing on your own, and it's great to have investors who really want to buy in to it. Or I think you usually talk about. She can share her thoughts on that.
Um, there's been we've had Alex Andrews before, who's contributed and with the Triple Dynasty. So yeah, we welcome anyone who wants to help to pay it forward. Anybody who wants to help us, and you know, we're welcome them to help either buy merchandise for our athletes or contribute whatever they want, donate.
Yeah, and that's something I'm thinking about doing in the future. Particularly, especially as again, I'm a fan of women's bodybuilding, and it's the architect for all the divisions. Except for one division I'm not a fan of, as I often call it, fit model. I just not a fan. I'm just gonna say that. I know I've interviewed a lady who got her qualification is overall for fit model, and she's a nice lady. Her name's Heather, and I think also got an interview cover with another lady who's also a fit model. I got to post it later on my IG. I mean, on my YouTube. Put the links, and she's a fit model competitor. And I like to get everybody's perspective, but also I want to see people be open minded, to be educated. Like a while back, I posted something, and I always get these guys making comments. I delete them and post them. I'm not wasting my time arguing with you. If you don't understand something, reach out, ask, know something. Don't be ignorant. Ignorant is not. It's not. It doesn't work. You have to be willing and wanting to know. Here we got my man. Shout out to my man. He says this. He says, "Bad rap ladies are the best. I like their support of Sherry Priami and other top female bodybuilders. Two, Alex. I'm gonna say Alex Andrews is a good guy and a great supporter. Thank
Another Alex
you."
or